Today, I'd like to talk about uncertainty that you have as a young adult, and some of the things that I needed to hear when I was in my early 20s. And I can only hope that if you're watching this video, maybe some of these are also useful for you. You see, I spent a lot of those years working in ways that felt important at the time, working extra shifts, chasing promotions, and checking boxes that, at the end of the day, I didn't really care about. I wanted to have it figured out. I wanted to follow the right milestones, have a good job, a steady relationship, maybe even buy a house and start a family. But as life unfolded, and with every step that I took, came more questions and answers, and more uncertainty than clarity. And the more that I compared myself to other people in my life who were getting kids, who were getting a house, it just felt everything that I had achieved feels so small and insignificant. And since then, I've learned that not having things figured out is completely fine. Ambiguity is just a part of the process. Like, when you're playing a game and you're exploring a new area, you don't know every shortcut or hidden quest at first. You learn as you go. And life works the same way. If I'd accepted that earlier, I think I probably would have spent less time chasing other people's definitions of success or their measurements, and I would have spent more time experimenting with my own. And the next thing is that milestones are optional. You don't need to have hit every checkpoint on some sort of imaginary scoreboard. Some people want kids in their 20s and they do so. Others want to pursue higher education and focus on their career. Some want to live in a city, some want to live in the middle of nowhere. There is no universal sequence. And realizing that can be incredibly freeing, but at the same time also be incredibly terrifying. Because it puts responsibility solely on you. You are the driving force for what you want to achieve in life. And if I could tell my younger self 3 things, they'd be simple, but hold so much power. First and foremost, just stay the fuck away from social media. Like, especially if you're measuring your own progress against other people. Screens aren't reality, yet they are particularly convincing when you are already unsure about your next move. Second, don't feel pressured to follow life scripts. You can skip a milestone, you can delay it, or even invent your own. Freedom comes with uncertainty, and that is okay. And third, give yourself permission to try things, experiment, just different jobs, hobbies, like relationships, fuck around. Have failures, reset, and then reiterate. And that's how you figure out what actually matters to you and what doesn't. These things are, I kind of want to call them trade-offs that I've kind of noticed in my own life. Because avoiding things like social media isn't just about mental health, but it's about focus. Ignoring the checklist of milestones isn't laziness, but it's prioritization. And trying different things out doesn't mean that you're aimless, but you're more like you're gathering data for yourself and trying to figure out where you stand in life. Looking back, I would say that my 20s were messy, contradictory, and incredibly frustrating. But in a way also necessary. Every wrong turn, every doubt, every awkward moment has taught me something that I still carry with me today. And I wish that if I could have done things differently, that I'd accepted that earlier. I wish that I'd stopped measuring myself by some imaginary scoreboard because I wasted so much time with that. And at the end of the day, there is no magical undo button, but there's plenty of chance to retry things or explore new strategies. And that's why I don't think of my past as something as time wasted, but more as reconnaissance, I guess, if you can call it that. So, if you're in your early 20s, or even late 20s, or whatever your age is, if you're feeling lost and still figuring things out, know this. You're allowed to not know. You're allowed to explore. You're allowed to pick your own milestones regardless of what you're being told. And that whatever you're doing now is potential for a foundation that you'll build on tomorrow. And you might not see that yet, but the pieces are all there. Thanks for watching.